It's the dictionary. Dictionary. It's the dictionary. Dictionary. It's the dictionary. Dictionary. It's the dictionary. It's the dictionary.
Hello, word nerds. Hello, word nerds. Nothing rhymes with word nerds. Hey, everybody, I am Spencer. This is my podcast, The Dictionary. It is on all of those big audio platforms for podcasts, and it is also on YouTube, so you can see me do things like this. This episode is going to have some words, just like all the other episodes. Please share this show. If you are enjoying this, I highly suggest that you share this with just all of the people in your network. These are the people in your social network. The first word in this episode is fain. This is the second form, F-A-I-N. This one is the adverb from the 12th century. Number one, it means with pleasure, and the synonym is gladly. I will gladly read you some words. I will fain tell you some words and definitions during this show. Let's remind ourselves about the first form of the word fain. The first form of fain. Archaic synonyms are happy, pleased, inclined, desirous. And then willing, compelled, obliged, those sorts of words. That's how it's connected to the word fain. So that was the adjective. So this word in this episode is the adverb, with pleasure, gladly, and the example, a real example, not one that Spencer made up from the top of his head that may not have made sense, is a speech of fire that fain would blaze. And that is a quote from Michael Billington. A speech of fire that fain would blaze. It blazed with pleasure? It gladly blazed? A speech of fire. What is a speech of fire? Is this a speech where you're like so amped up and lit up that you're like, I'm telling you all these things. I am happy on fire. Wait. That would fain... A speech of fire that fain would blaze. Boy, this is a way to use English that I don't comprehend at all. My brain doesn't work that way. Okay, number 2A for fain. By preference. By preference. That's the whole definition. As in the example, knew it too, though he would fain not admit it publicly. Yes, this definitely seems like an old way to use this word, or a word that is used more in older times. It's a quote from John, how do you pronounce this? Lukács? Or it could be Polish. It could be Lukács or Luchak. I don't know. Lukacs. Knew it too, though he would fain not admit it publicly. He knew some stuff, but he didn't want to tell people he knew some stuff. And so the definition is by preference. He preferred not to say the information that he knew because he thought that maybe it would incriminate him or make people want to talk to him more, and he didn't want to talk to anybody. I don't know. Okay, 2B is by desire. By desire. As in, I would fain consult you. And that is a quote from W.S. Gilbert. I would fain consult you. I have desired to consult you. Is that what this is? Okay. Word that is not used very much, I think. But maybe you can try to figure out a way to bring it back. Fain. Okay, sound effect today is going to be... The next word is fainéant. Fainéant. This seems French. It is spelled F-A-I-N-E-A-N-T, first form, and it does look like there is an accent. There's an accent on the E. Is this the acute? Yes, it's the acute one. It is down on the left and up on the right. Boop. fainéant. It is a noun from 1619. It means an irresponsible idler. Ooh, so if you're just idling, just hanging out, not doing anything, twiddling your thumbs, but you are very irresponsible. Maybe how do you idle irresponsibly? You're a fainéant. Well, where does this word come from? Maybe this will help. It is, of course, French. Of course. From Middle French, fainéant, spelled a little different, literally means does nothing. That is by folk etymology from fainant, Faignant, which is from feindre, which means to feign, Feign. So yeah, I guess it's just about the idea of doing nothing, hanging out. I don't think I would be a fainéant. I rarely do nothing. At the end of the day, I have been up for so many hours and I have done so many things. I have possibly worked out and cleaned the litter box and showered and meditated and worked my job for 8 hours. Oh, recorded a podcast episode like I'm doing right now. Worked for maybe 8 hours. Maybe done some other work for another hour or two, which could also, podcast work, other jobs, could be laundry, could be errands, could be whatever, lots of things. It's like 12 hours-ish, 10 to 12 hours have gone by, and I finally can be like a fainéant. At the end of the day, I'm a fainéant. I want to do nothing. I want to sit and watch a movie. So yeah, fainéant, interesting word. An irresponsible idler. The second form of fainéant, let's see, you can spell this one without the accent on the E. This is an adjective from 1854, and it is idle and ineffectual. And the synonym is indolent. What's that song? Is it a song? Oh, I think it's from The Little Mermaid. Doesn't she call them indolent souls? Or something like that. Ursula, indolent. I think that's in there. So idle and ineffectual. You're just hanging out, not doing anything, and there's no effect. You're in the way. You're ineffectual. You're indolent. Get out of here, you fainéant. You describe, and this one's the adjective. That's a fainéant Spencer if I ever saw one. Oh. The sound effect is the next word, which is faint. Faint. First form. Adjective from the 14th century. 1. Lacking courage and spirit. And the synonym is cowardly. Like the lion was faint of, maybe the example, faint of heart. Oh, I can't do it. I am so faint of heart. I am cowardly. I have no courage and no spirit. Okay, faint of heart. Number 2, weak, dizzy, and likely to faint. Which, of course, will be one of our other forms, the action of fainting, I guess. So, yes, if you are feeling faint, oh, I'm so weak. Why do I go to this voice? Is this such a stereotypical, Southern belle or something? I'm feeling weak and dizzy. I am likely to faint, so I am feeling faint. Please get me some iced tea and a fan. Number 3, lacking strength or vigor, but we got more. Performed, offered, or accomplished weakly or languidly. Languidly, that's a good word you don't see much. As in faint praise. So this praise is it's not much praise. This is the kind of praise that I get for this show. I get faint praise because there's not a lot of it, and it's just like, yeah, it's all right. Well, okay, people have said nicer things than that, but that's how I see it. The praise that I give myself is faint praise. Weak, languid. no strength, no vigor. Hey, good job. Number 4, producing a sensation of faintness, and the synonym is oppressive, as in the faint atmosphere of a tropical port. Yes, definitely. A tropical port, it's probably very humid in this tropical area, and when you're in an area that's very humid, it makes you feel tired and want to go to sleep and want a cold iced tea, and so it's so oppressive. This tropical humid area is so oppressive to me. I must take a nap and cool down. It produces a sensation of faintness. Yeah. In the summer in Chicago, hot times, summer in Chicago, we go outside and we're feeling oppressive. Let's see. Next is 5A, which is hardly perceptible. The synonym is dim. So, dim-witted? Let's see. The example is faint handwriting. Oh, so yes, literally. I can't even read it. Now, is this messy handwriting that's faint? Or is it, a pen that barely works? Sometimes this pen barely works, and so it's faint. It's like, oh, it's so dim, I can't, what? I can't read the thing. Sometimes my eyes, everything is faint to my eyes. 5B, the synonym is the 2A definition for the word vague. Vague, as in, haven't the faintest idea. I feel like that's a little bit different than, I don't know, I guess I'd have to read the 2A definition for vague. But when I think of vague, I think of not clear, maybe dim, obfuscated, need more information, haven't the faintest idea. I haven't the vaguest idea. Could you replace it that way? Yeah, I guess that sort of works. I have an idea, but it's very vague. So I haven't the vaguest idea. It's a weird way to put those words together. It reminds me of that phrase, could care less, couldn't care less. It's like, what does that mean? Yeah. Haven't the faintest idea. Something that's vague. Okay, good job. Faintish is an adjective. Faintishness is a noun. Oh, I've got the faintishness. Faintly is an adverb, and faintness is a noun. Let's look to see if there is any word stupid. Let's look down here to see if there is any etymology. From Anglo-French, fendre, fein. Is that the same etymology that we had fainéant? There wasn't any Anglo-French, but those words there, same words, yeah. Feindre, which means to feign, yeah, same word, or lose heart. And then there's more at the word feign, F-E-I-G-N. Yes, I'm losing my heart. I feel faint. Yes, makes sense that they are etymologically related. Okay, the next word. Whoa. It's the second form of faint. This one is an intransitive verb from the 14th century. Number 1 is archaic. To lose courage or spirit. We're going into battle. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, no, wait. I have lost my courage. I'm feeling faint. I'm feeling queasy. I'm going to go this way. Not go. I have lost all my courage. I am not going to fight today. Number 2 is also archaic, and it is to become weak. Okay, seems like it hasn't really changed that much, but this specific form, this specific definition is archaic. Number 3 is, this is an intransitive verb, to lose consciousness because of a temporary decrease in the blood supply to the brain. I don't know how many people have fainted. I would like to think, I don't know. Do you think the majority of people have fainted? Maybe not the majority. I don't know. Have you ever fainted? Why don't you tell me a story about how you fainted? You can email me, leave a voicemail, etc. I have fainted twice, I think. The first time, I was sick. I got up in the middle of the night, and this is when I was still living back with my parents. And I got up in the middle of the night, had to pee, but I was not feeling well. And I was like, you know that feeling. I just don't want to get up. I'm too tired and sleepy, and I'm not feeling well. So I didn't. And then later, I was like, nope, sorry, gotta pee so bad. Gotta go. So I was living in the basement, redone basement and all that, and I was sleeping down there. And I went upstairs, went to the bathroom. I went back down to the basement, to my bedroom, and next thing I know, I am looking sideways at the stairs of the basement, and I realize that on my way back to bed, I fainted and fell on the floor. And I probably just woke up a second later, but I had no knowledge, no memory of this action happening. Actually, I fainted 3 times because then the next day I was clearly sick, and I think we were getting ready for Thanksgiving or something, and I was chilling on the couch, being sick. Same thing, got up to go to the bathroom, and while I was there, I was not feeling well. And then next thing I know, bam, I fall on the floor while I'm in the bathroom, and my family hear a bang. They're like, what's going on? And yeah, I fell over, and I was really, really, really lucky that I did not hit my head on the sink corner there. I got super lucky. But yeah, I totally fainted there in the bathroom. And then I fainted many, many, many years later. I fainted again, and won't go into all the details, but this one was a little scarier. Slumped over the tub, fainted, not in a position to be woken up. My wife heard a sound, found me, flipped me over. I slowly came back, but it was not looking good, and it was extremely scary for her. And I woke up to her screaming and yelling and crying at my face, and I'm like, I'm fine. Psh, I'm fine. There was a lesson in that one, though. Hydrate. Drink your water. Drink your water. I don't have water here, but I have a coffee which has water in it, so let's have some of that. But coffee and water, I don't know. I don't think yesterday I drank enough water. That is a big lesson for everybody. Drink more water and eat more veggies. Okay, I just wanted to get my fainting stories out there. I don't think I have any more, and I hope to never have any more fainting stories. And the sound you make when you faint is the third form of faint is a noun from 1792. This is the physiological action of fainting. Also, the resulting condition, and the synonym is the first form of the word syncope. I have heard that word in relation to this stuff. I don't exactly remember what it means. The third time I fainted, they said it was a vasovagal situation where the nerves in there's the vasovagal nerve or something like that in like the digestive system was working overtime or not working well enough or something, and all the blood, all of the information is trying to be sent to the digestive system in my case, and so the blood rushed away from the brain, I think, and then it's like, I can't do anything, so we're just going to shut down for a little bit, and that's the fainting. Syncope. Okay, next. Oh my gosh. Faint-hearted is next. This is one word, adjective from the 15th century, lacking courage or resolution, and the synonym is timid. I feel like I have gotten less timid, less faint-hearted as I get older. That's probably fairly common in general. But you know, some people, they're just shy, timid. I don't want to be in that situation. I don't want to talk to those people. I don't want to be put in the front of things. I still have a bit of that, you know, but you know, it's faint-hearted. Oh, my heart is feeling faint. So I don't want to do the thing that makes my heart feel faint. Faint-heartedly is an adverb, and faint-heartedness is a noun. And now we will go on to our last word, which is huge. Huge. How? Why? Why me? This is the first form of the word fair. F-A-I-R. So many things. We do have 4 more forms of this word in the next episode. But this first form, is the adjective form, and it is from before the 12th century. Number 1, pleasing to the eye or mind, especially because of fresh, charming, or flawless quality. Trying to think of, what is this exactly? That's fair. It's pleasing to the eye. Fresh, charming, or flawless quality. Like, are we talking about something that looks nice? Fair. Sometimes you describe a person as looking fair, but I feel like this fair seems so much higher quality than what I think of as fair. I don't know. That's interesting. I would like an example. What is fair in the number 1 definition? Number 2, superficially pleasing. So similar. The synonym is specious or specious. Not entirely sure what that means. As in the example, she trusted his fair promises. His promises were superficially pleasing. So he was making promises that maybe they weren't very good promises. Maybe he was being a little sneaky. They were superficial, just not very deep, just kind of shallow promises. She trusted his fair promises. I would definitely not understand this if I heard that phrase out of context. Okay, 3A is synonyms are clean and pure, as in fair, sparkling water. Again, this is not a way that I'm familiar with this word. Fair sparkling water. Well, that sparkling water is not going to lie and cheat. It's going to make everybody happy. It's going to be fair. Nope, that's not it. Clean and pure. Can't think of when I've ever heard it used this way. Okay. 3B, the synonyms are clear and legible. So it's not faint handwriting, it is fair handwriting that is clear and legible. My handwriting, I need to sometimes it is fair, it is legible. I have to try a little harder. But when I'm trying to write quickly, it's not great. It's not great. It's not the worst. It's not great. Number 4, not stormy or foul. The synonym is fine. It's fine. It's not foul and it's not stormy. It's fine. Are we talking about weather? Yes, the example is fair weather. It's fine. It's maybe partly cloudy, 72. It's fair. It's not, it's just average. Nothing crazy going on. That's even a little bit warm. Like they say 72 is like the quote-unquote perfect temperature, but, it depends on the person. Some people love 80. Some people love 60. It's all relative. Everybody's different. You need to respect that. Okay, not stormy or foul, or formy or stowel. Number 5, the synonym is ample, as in a fair estate. That estate, that house with all those furnitures and tchotchkes, there's a lot going on there. They got ample stuff in that house, having that estate sale. It's fair. Again, not a way that I use this word. 6A, marked by impartiality and honesty. Here we go. Also, free from self-interest, prejudice, or favoritism, as in a very fair person to do business with. I would like to think that I am a very fair person. I want everybody to be happy, sometimes to a fault, and there's no reason not to be fair, I think. Right? Why would you give favor to somebody else over this person? What were some other words that were used? Self-interest. We're all connected. We're all the same. We're all equal. No sense in trying to make yourself come out as better or do things for yourself. When Sharon and I are making dinner or something, we try and split up our food as equally as possible, because unless somebody needs more food or less food, you just be fair. Be fair. All the time, be fair. Okay, that's good. That's good. We got that. So that was 6A. We got some sub definitions for this same idea, I guess, of being impartial and honest. 6B1, conforming with the established rules, and the synonym is allowed. Here are the rules. We would like you to follow the rules. You are allowed to do the rules, so that is fair. 6B2, consonant with merit or importance, and the synonym is due, D-U-E, as in a fair share, and that's particularly great because it rhymes. Consonant with merit or importance. I don't really know how the word consonant is being used here. With merit or importance, it's a fair share. Due. What's your share that's due? You're due that, so it's fair. I don't know. It's so similar to 6A. It's all the same thing. Now we have 6C. This is open to legitimate pursuit, attack, or ridicule, as in fair game. Everything is possible. In love and war, it's all fair game. You could do whatever you want, I guess. That's what they say. You can do legitimate pursuit. You can pursue something. You can attack. You can ridicule. Whatever you need to do, it's all fair game. No holds barred, which is a funny phrase, but it does make sense. I had to have it explained to me. Fair game. Everything's fair game in the dictionary. 7A. Synonyms are promising and likely, as in a fair way to win. In a fair way to win. In a promising way to win. In a likely way to win. Don't fully understand this. Okay. 7B. Favorable to a ship's course, as in a fair wind. Oh, we've got a fair wind coming up. It's very favorable to the direction that we would like to be going in. So it is a fair wind. It's not pushing us back. No, we want to go forward. The wind is pushing us forward. Arr. A fair wind. Number 8 is archaic. Free of obstacles. There's no obstacles in our way, so our way is fair. Yep, never heard of this. Number 9, not dark. Not dark, as in fair skin. Aha, yes, that makes sense now. Fair skin. I have mid-fair skin. I don't know. It probably doesn't look the same on video as it does in real life. I'm getting near the end of the summer, middle to end of summer, and I put on sunscreen. When I go out, I put on sunscreen, but my skin is getting darker. It is. I think I'm naturally, my skin just naturally likes to get darker just because of my genetics. And so, I got mid-level Caucasian white skin, not very fair, but not very dark. I don't want to get too dark. That's when you start to get problems like potential cancers and stuff. And I really, really don't want skin cancer or any kind of cancer for that matter. Fair skin. Okay, let's see. What is next? 10A. 10A. Sufficient, but not ample. It's okay. It's not a lot. This ample fair estate has a lot, but this other estate it's fine. It's okay. The synonym is adequate. It's all right. This podcast is fair. It's just fine, right? It doesn't have ample information, or comedy or music. Why aren't we singing more songs? The example is a fair understanding of the work. I get it, okay. I have a fair understanding of how to do that thing. I have a fair understanding about a lot of topics, but anything beyond like beginner level, I'm like, that's beyond my level. My brain doesn't work that good. Clearly. 10b. Moderately numerous, large, or significant. Should we sing all of these definitions? Moderately numerous, large, or significant. As in, takes a fair amount of time. It's a decent amount of time. It's sufficient. It maybe is ample. Maybe that amount of time is ample. Takes a fair amount of time. It takes a fair amount of time to do this podcast. I record almost ideally 5 days a week. Episodes air 5 days a week. I take a number of minutes and hours to go through these, do a little bit of editing, add in some stuff, do the color correction, do the audio. Luckily, some of that is copy and paste. And then you got to export, and then you got to post them and put in all the tags and the descriptions, and sometimes put in links and show notes and all that. It's a fair amount of work, I would say. This podcast is a fair amount of work, and I hope you respect that. I think I finally turned off the autofocus. Even though the autofocus was turned off, it was not turned off. There was a second place I had to uncheck autofocus, and now it's better, and I'm still in focus. Oh, thank you. Okay, number 11 is being such to the utmost, and that definition makes no friggin' sense because that is not how most people think or talk. Being such to the utmost. Just shoot me in the head. What? The synonym is utter, U-T-T-E-R, like uttering words. As in the example, a fair treat to watch him. That is from the New Republic. So what? A fair treat to watch him. Being such to the utmost. It was an utter treat to watch him. It was such a treat to watch him do the gymnastics. He was so good on the rings. He flippy-flopped all over the place. It was a fair treat to watch him. Okay. Fairness is a noun. Let's look at the etymology. It is from blah, blah, blah. We're going down to Old High German, fagar, which means beautiful. Beautiful. Somehow that changed to all these other definitions. But we can't forget that we now need to read the synonym information for fair. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 synonyms, including the first one, which is fair. So, fair, just, equitable, impartial, unbiased, dispassionate, and objective mean free from favor toward either of any side or either of any side. Fair implies a proper balance of conflicting interests, as in a fair decision. My favorite kinds of decisions. When I was in junior high for like a year or two, I was part of this group of peer mediators, and I only did it a couple of times because there was a bunch of them, and it was all about let's come up with a way that everybody is happy. Let's compromise, and you got a problem with each other. Let's figure it out and come up with a fair decision so everybody is satisfied and we can move on with our lives. Just, this is the next synonym, just implies an exact following of a standard of what is right and proper, as in a just settlement of territorial claims. We are currently, today I'm recording this on July 31st, 2024, and if you know anything about politics and foreign affairs and stuff, you know that the whole situation in the Middle East has just gone off the walls. It's like multiple countries involved now, and it's crazy, and I hate it. And so again, this this example of just, it implies an exact following of a standard of what is right and proper, a just settlement of territorial claims. Everybody disagrees in that situation. Will there ever be able to, can we ever find a just settlement? They all claim territory in this area. They all claim that they have the rightful ownership of this territory. Can't we all just get along? The next one, equitable, implies a less rigorous standard than just and usually suggests equal treatment of all concerned. It's great when that can happen. As in the equitable distribution of the property. We do just divide up the property equally in some way to the people who are living in the property. Impartial stresses an absence of favor or prejudice, as in an impartial third party. That's when that peer mediator or regular mediator, somebody comes in and they say, well, I don't really care about either of you, one way or the other. So I'm a good impartial. I have no favor, no love, one way or the other. I'm coming in as an impartial third party to figure out your problem because you can't. Unbiased implies even more strongly an absence of all prejudice, even more strongly than impartial, as in your unbiased opinion. It is very hard to, I think, have an unbiased opinion. I think everybody, whether you're conscious of it or not, you have biased opinions about stuff. You don't even know. It's very, very difficult. Dispassionate suggests freedom from the influence of strong feelings and often implies cool or even cold judgment. Ooh, what's this? Dispassionate. I have no passion whatsoever. As in, a dispassionate summation of the facts. I'm just going to read the facts. I am not being passionate whatsoever. I'm just going to read them to you. Here's the first fact. Here is the second fact. Here is the third fact. I am impartial, unbiased, and dispassionate. Objective. Is this the last one? I think it is. Objective stresses a tendency to view events or persons as apart from oneself and one's own interest or feelings. As in, I can't be objective about my own child. If I had a child, I would probably feel the same way. You grew them, you made them, you raised them, possibly. So yes, but objective. I think it's very good to be objective. Sometimes you must be subjective, which is where your own feelings come into play. It's the opposite of all these words, right? Subjective is biased, not impartial. Partial, I guess, would be the opposite of impartial. But sometimes it is very good to be objective. Sometimes it's very good to be objective. Same songs all the time. I don't know how to do anything else. A synonym, again, for everything, additionally, is the word beautiful. It says synonym in addition, beautiful. Never would have thought about that. But all of those things, fair, just, equitable, impartial, unbiased, dispassionate, and objective, they're beautiful. When the world can be most of those things, dispassionate is like, that one's a little bit different, I feel like. But when we can be fair, just, equitable, impartial, unbiased, and objective, I think that's a beautiful world. Yeah. Let's see. We looked at that. I think it's time for the word of the episode. Again, a long episode. So many things to say from Spencer's face. Today we had fain, faineon, faint, faint-hearted, and fair. Of course, I'm going to pick fair as the word of the episode. I like it when people are fair. I try to be fair myself. Sometimes it's hard to be fair, but I think it's pretty easy to do most of the time. Yeah. These songs are so stupid. I love it. Okay, I'm going to tell you about another movie I watched real quick, which is Annie. Annie. I literally think I have not seen this movie since it came out in 1982, or maybe I watched it in 1983. I was very young. I have had very few memories about this movie. It was practically all new to me. In fact, I've probably seen the show Annie, on stage or something, or at least portions of it, and I still didn't know the story fully. Not fully. I knew, she's an orphan and she can't wait for tomorrow to come because that's when the sun will be here. But I really did not know the rest of the story. But it's a good movie, really fun. The thing that I could not help think about was all of those crazy dance numbers in the orphanage. There is so much going on. I think you could watch the same 5 seconds 10 times and see something new every time. If you watch this movie, just like try and watch everything. There is so much, and it's just like, and my brain just automatically goes to like, what is it like for those people? What were they had to rehearse this thing so many times. It's just crazy. It's a kind of epic. And then of course in the mansion there's these huge dance numbers. It's just very, very fun. And of course it's a sweet story as well. I guess that's fine too. Okay. This is the end of the episode. Thank you very much for checking out this show. I hope I am being fair. Please be fair. This has been Spencer dispensing information. Goodbye. Boo-boo-boo.